API. So those things they will consider part of the application security. Now, red team, what they do, part of this, what is their contribution? Simulation of the attack. It may just they think like a hacker. They perform the attack and identify that particular network infrastructure is vulnerable to the any kind of attack. That web application is vulnerable to the any kind of attack. So they try to do the like a vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. But like us in the old days, first everyone's like assessment started with a vulnerability assessment. Why in a like a so red team operations, those guys primarily worked as a like a vulnerability, okay, managers or vulnerability researchers. So what is their primary role? In a vulnerability manager and vulnerability researchers. Part of the vulnerability manager, they have an activity name is called VM, vulnerability management. Vulnerability management. So what is vulnerability? Flaw, technical flaw. Okay, so some technical flaw allow the hacker to gain access into the network infrastructure or application. So how they can identify that? By using the automated vulnerability scanner. By using automated vulnerability scanners. In a vulnerability manager role, as part of the vulnerability management, you are clearly using automated vulnerability scanners. So we have automated vulnerability management solutions. What that solution will do, like if you can log into that particular application, you can just simply can select the like scan, click on the new scan, and you can provide your scanning name. You can provide your target IP address, or complete network range, or website URL. Like that, you can provide your target, and you can schedule the scan. As per the schedule, the tool will scan the target, identify the technical details of the target, and identify the like vulnerabilities, possible vulnerabilities, and give the report to you. In a vulnerability management, you are like just like using automated approach purely. So identify the all most important assets in the organization. Okay. How many computers we have, how many servers we have, how many networking devices we have. Okay. How many security related devices we have. Identify the assets. Asset discovery first. After that, identify the most important assets. Okay. This is a machine not required security testing. This is a server required security testing like that. Identify the important assets. Now do the vulnerability scanning on those assets. This you are like a targeting web server, database server, email server, file sharing server. So whatever servers you want to scan, you can scan those servers for the vulnerabilities. You can scan the like a important like a production workstations. So you can just like a scan the laptops or workstations, networking devices also. You can do the scheduled scan. You can just like a schedule the scan and you can run immediately also. So you are using vulnerability management for doing the vulnerability scanning. But vulnerability scanning, the scanner is designed like finding the technical information of the target assets and like based upon that predicting the possible vulnerability. But it can't able to collect any evidence. It will just like propose that you are using Windows 11. This is the version from the last 6 months you didn't upgrade or update. Due to that, like you missed to install the 2-3 vulnerabilities related patches. So this vulnerability may exist. But maybe you updated recently also, but you don't care. It will predict that, okay, so you missed that, maybe. It will suggest that this is the vulnerability applicable to the your system. Okay, so it is clearly follow the technology base, but you don't check our actual system capabilities. Our server like is maybe really like it is up to date, but you can't able to figure out properly. It will just take that. Okay, what is it? Windows 11. It will properly give the list of the Windows 11 vulnerabilities to you. They have a database, list of the vulnerabilities based upon the operating system, based upon the software you are using, services you are using, everything. It will simply can suggest the possibilities. But those possibilities, is it real applicable? If it propose 100 vulnerabilities, when you try to take advantage of the 100 vulnerabilities, maybe you can just like take advantage of the 5 to 10 vulnerabilities only. Remaining is completely false information. So we have a big problem in our vulnerability, automated vulnerability management, automated vulnerability assessment is false positives. Too many false positives. Scanner report as a bug, positive. But when you verify that, it's a false information. Guys are able to follow me. Okay, so false positives, too many false positives. And sometimes there is a vulnerability, but scanner is failed to detect. Scanner is failed to detect the vulnerability. So we have like a false negative scenario. In a report negative. In a report negative. But when you verify that, they are saying that there is no vulnerability, negative. It's not a true. When you verify that, it's a false. Means they fail to detect. There is a one vulnerability. So false negative scenario we have. So there is some technical vulnerabilities, but scanner can fail. So this is a problem faced. Okay. Now 2010 to 2000, okay, 17 in that period, many organizations are automated their vulnerability assessment. They came to know that automated vulnerability assessment, vulnerability management is not enough. It's not sufficient because there are too many false positives in a report. Their administrators are blindly following that scanning report. Now it is reported under vulnerabilities. Administrators are trying to fix the under vulnerabilities. They are unnecessarily putting their efforts, but even you don't have any confidence, clarification on that, is those under vulnerabilities are fixed up. I said able to follow me. So then they try to like force every company should use the penetration testing. So the vulnerability manager, vulnerability researcher, those guys use it. Vulnerability researcher actually use like a automated and manual research. It means tool can propose some vulnerabilities and you can just do some additional research in the internet. Okay, what are the softwares we are using? What are the applications we are using? What are the servers we are using? Is they have any recent unknown threat or not? So we can just like detect that automated. So automated and manual approach. Okay, so we can get there. So vulnerability researcher role is a completely automated approach they do, and manual approach also they will review, so they will double check. But still, like they are completely concluding based upon the vulnerability research documentation available in internet only. They are not really validating the system is really vulnerable or not without simulating any kind of attack. So they are not trying to take any advantage of the vulnerability. So they introduce like a role name is called security analyst. So we have a security analyst job role. So they introduce like a senior security analyst. So they introduce like a security consultant. Senior security consultant. So security analyst, senior security analyst, security consultant, senior security consultant, penetration tester, application security engineer, application security engineer, or application security expert. So all those roles are mapping with a one concept name is called penetration test. So they are not doing only VA, they are doing VAPT. So those activities people will get during the cleanup. So those are answers to that later, but additionally we do plus as a penetration. In a penetration testing, like so we follow the phases, we just like create the report and submit to the client. Guys are able to follow me. So only those things we perform in an organization. Like now organizations are looking for the vulnerability manager and vulnerability researcher. We have a 10 to 15% of the job roles. 10 to 15% of job openings content available. Remaining all this role only. So there is a like a 10% of other roles in this domain, which is okay. Now already explained that like a vulnerability management, like a vulnerability assessment or vulnerability management is like a limited to those tools. So they are doing like a vulnerability scanning. You don't learn anything in that particular role. It's a tool-based approach. Only 3 tools, 4 tools you learn like Nessus, Tenable Nessus, Polish vulnerability management tool, Bugfoot scanner, Acropolis vulnerability scanner, HCL app scanner, kind of vulnerability scanners only they use in that particular job. It is like the easiest tool in the market. So now vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, those rules are technical rules. Just like you can say that this is like a beginner level, advanced level, there is an expert level. So, do you think who in a vulnerability assessment and penetration testing simulate the real hacker approach? No. We have like a limitations in our organization. Our client requirement is finding the flaws, not taking advantage of them. So in a vulnerability assessment and like a penetration testing engagement with the client is only for finding the flaws, not take advantage. So due to that, we are not simulating the real criminal approach. We are not trying to like explore what a criminal can do on our environment. So in our environment, what real criminal can do, we are not able to understand every possibility because you are strictly saying no for the destruction of the data. Ethical hacking, legal closure, without doing any harm to our client network, client applications. We have to find the flaws and prepare the return and submit that evidence to the client. We are not permitted to take any kind of advantage. For example, we got access to the system or server. You are not permitted to create the backdoor in the server. Permanent access is not allowed. You got access evidence you have. What do you do in a post exploitation? You will collect the sample data for the demo. Proof. See, I got access to your server. See, I found one document which has a sensitive information. That's it. You don't do any kind of malicious activity. Do you think if any real hacker want to hack your organization? Okay, sorry bro, నేను ఇంతవరకే చేస్తాను కదా. Do you think that guy will leave after that? No. Once they gain access into your server, you want to maintain the permanent backdoor access, you want to monitor your screen, you want to record your audio, video, your browser history, you want to capture your keystrokes. You compromise one system in your network. From that system, you want to hack other systems also in the network. Later on moment, you can collect the data from all computers, all the sources. Like a packet sent to his own server, upload to his server, data exfiltration, or encrypting all your files and demand and pay the money to release the decryption. Ransomware. And he can steal everything and he can blackmail you, pay the money. And he can delete everything in your system, create the like a denial of service attack to you. He can change your password and he can take control on your own account by that guy. He can kick out. And those are malicious attacks are there. Malicious intent. So we can't able to validate that is a penetration mistake. As a penetration tester, we have a limitation. Who do that assessment? Who completely simulate the real application, real criminal application. So there is a team named red team operators. Part of the red team operations only there is a rule red team operator. So this guy is like a real role guy like a security operations. So this blue team operations are security operations center setup they have. So SOC. So part of like a blue team operations they are setting up like a security operations center. So the security operations center like we have like a SOC analyst level 1. So who do the security monitoring? It means they will try to understand like what's going on in their environment by using SIM. So they look into the SIM dashboard. So especially we are going to cover the like a Splunk for this. So we cover the Splunk dashboard. Okay. So they do the SOC analysis level 1 guys do the security monitoring. Just like our constables, police level 1. They only use their IT infrastructure. What kind of things they manage in this one? If you take the enterprise level, any organization, what type of network infrastructure they will manage? Okay, where we can have a flaw. First, understand their ecosystem. Then we can find the facts. So I will give the idea. So in my personal work experience, because I work with the Capgemini, Dr. Reddy's kind of big clients also. I know their setups. Okay, with my knowledge, my experience, I will give the one standard, one basic model of like how organizations manage things. Okay, understand that properly first, and after that, understand the process. Okay, so we'll start tomorrow. So I hope that you enjoyed this intro level session. So now tomorrow onwards we'll start.